You'll never walk alone.
Just 3 points separate FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy in the J1 League table this evening. The capital clubs go head-to-head with bragging rights at stake. Welcome along to Ajinomoto Stadium. We're south of downtown Tokyo as Peter Klimowski's team aim to bounce back from a 3-0 home loss to Kawasaki Frontale last time out and keep their slim chances of a top 3 finish alive. 9 points off the Asian Champions League places and 13 behind leaders Machida Delvia. FC Tokyo need to put a winning run together if they are to realize their ambition of continental football next campaign. Well, the light show has been fantastic. The atmosphere is building and the pyros on display always indicate that there is a big game tonight. It is the Tokyo Derby, and for Verdy, this campaign was all about re-establishing themselves as a top division side. And while they're not safe from the drop just yet, Hiroshi Jofuku's team are 6 points clear of the relegation zone. With 12 games to go, though, there is much to fight for between now and the end of the season. It is a crackling atmosphere. This, the second top-flight derby between FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy of the season. Earlier this campaign, it was the first for some 16 years. It was an absolute cracker. Verdy raced into a 2-goal lead before half-time and looked set for a first J1 League win over their city rivals since 2008. A result that seemed inevitable when FC Tokyo's Soma Anzai was sent off just before the break, but Peter Klimowski's team produced a stunning fight back with Keita Endo netting twice, his second coming in the 90th minute to claim a draw for the then away team. But he also come into this fixture incidentally off the back of defeat. They lost their last game 1-0 away at Nagoya and have also suffered reverses in 4 of their last 5 matches in all competitions, a run that does include a 1-0 loss to Shonan Bellmare in the 3rd round of the Emperor's Cup. Peter Klimowski has talked about his players controlling their emotions today and has said that his team wants to win the physical battle. He knows just what this game means to the supporters and everyone concerned with FC Tokyo. Verdy midfielder Yuta Tsuneshima grew up being told not to lose to FC Tokyo, and plenty of the away team today see it as a special game. He too was trying to be practical ahead of kickoff, saying the game starts 0-0, 11 versus 11. It is no different from other games. The fans might think otherwise, you feel. Let's check on the teams for you. FC Tokyo recalled veteran defender Yuto Nagatomo for today's game. The former Japanese international first played in the Tokyo Derby back in 2008, a 2-1 away success. He returns, as does Ryotaro Araki, and 2 changes to the team that lost 3-0 at home to Frontale. Shuhei Tokamoto has moved to Nagoya on loan this week, while Soma Anzai, sent off in the reverse fixture earlier this season, drops to the bench. It will be 4-2-1-3. Diego Oliveira will play through the centre, aiming to add to his 5 league goals so far this season. Plenty of respect between the two coaches. Peter Klimowski there on the left and Hiroshi Jofuku, of course, on the right. Our referee today, as you can see, is Futoshi Nakamura, in charge of FC Tokyo's 3-3 home draw with Kashiwa Reysol, and most recently for Verdy in their 2-1 away win at Marinos. On VAR duty for us, Kayayoshi Enomoto. Tokyo Verdy make 1 change to their starting lineup from their 1-0 defeat last time out, with Koki Marita replacing Tomoya Miki. Mateus continues in goal. Back 3, of course, with Onaga and Matsumura as wing-backs. Somena and Yamada will play just in behind the central striker and top scorer Yudai Kimura. The loanee from Kyoto Sanga can boast 9 goals so far this term in the top division, but hasn't netted since June. He needs to rediscover his touch in front of goal if Verdy are to make an impact here. Klimowski was talking about his side using the energy of the crowd, using the fact that it is a derby. Hiroshi Jofuku, veteran coach, of course, and former coach of FC Tokyo. He knows what this game means to both sets of supporters. Brilliant atmosphere, as there always is in top flight games in Japanese football, but this one is certainly heightened. Plenty on it. Back in the big time this season, Tokyo Verdy. They did meet in an Emperor's Cup fixture last season. He went to penalties with FC Tokyo coming out on top. 9-spot kicks to 8. And an unbelievable battle. And the veteran defender Yuto Nagatomo knows what it means. Back in the starting lineup here. Played in his first derby back in 2008. So here we go. It's FC Tokyo versus Tokyo Verdy, a derby where no quarter will be asked nor given. With the mercury hitting around about 33 centigrade in the capital this evening, this will be a test of stamina as well as nerve. Bragging rights plus precious points up for grabs. Who can make their mark early? It will be fascinating and ferocious, no doubt. We are in storm season in Japan, of course, and games have been called off, and there was plenty of lightning around last night in the capital. Thankfully, it stayed away today. More forecast over the course of the next few days, but the weather has broken nicely in terms of those type of conditions, but it is still ferociously hot as we move into the evening in Tokyo. Just listen to the noise here from the two sets of supporters. Bit of defensive work to do for Morishiga. 37, another veteran in the back line for FC Tokyo. There is so much more experience in the hosts lineup than the visitors. Of course, they were a second-tier side last season. They managed to jump up after finishing 3rd in the second tier. They were denied 2nd on goal difference by Jubilee Iwata, and they had to go up via the playoffs. They did just that, looking to re-establishing themselves in the top division after last being here back in 2008, and they were relegated. A couple of near misses in trying to get back up to the top flight, but eventually into the J1 League after that excellent season last term. The referee will intervene here as Keita Endo goes down. Those 2 goals in the 2-2 draw already. Stuff of legend in the reverse fixture back in April. Both goals in the second half. Toma Anzai set off just before the break. It was a tall order. They somehow came back to grab a share of the spoils, and they're racing forward now. Nakagawa coming forward. It seemed easier to take the shot on. He tried to find a teammate. Araki will look to recycle. Nakagawa with a big opportunity. Just seemed a little nervous, wanting to avoid taking the shot on from close in. Nakagawa scored 3 goals this season, the last against Kashiwa back in May in a 3-3 draw. Defensive duty done at the other end from Keita Endo. Touch from Kenta Doi as well, and they play themselves out of trouble. Takes a few minutes, if not more, for a derby to settle down. Diego Oliveira through the centre. FC Tokyo was talking about the frustrations of recent performances and results. He's not being quite at his best. In and out of the starting lineup this season, 5 goals this term. Here is the opportunity for Nakagawa again. Did he do the right thing? Trying to find a teammate. You can see the fans sense that maybe he should have gone for glory. Just look at the faces of the home support. Expressions tells you what it means to both FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy fans. Nakagawa has weighed in with 3 assists, incidentally, this season, as well as his 3 goals. He's been a very, very good player. That was nearly assist number 4, but clipped it away from the keeper and away from a teammate. Someno has made the run through the centre. It's going to come to this near side, and Onaga, who does like to get forward. Low ball in. Doesn't quite fall for Someno. Here is Nakagawa again, full of running once more. It will be all his own work at the moment. Able to find a teammate in the shape of Shirai. Nodded away by Doi. Tokyo are unbeaten in 4 against their city rivals, just the 1 success and 3 draws in that run. The last Verdy win was back in August of 2008. 2-1 away success. They were 1 down, they scored 2 in the second half. A 90th minute winner from Daisuke Nasu. Some really nice footage and images from a game that Yuto Nagatomo took part in which he kept Hulk quiet by and large. The famous Brazilian was sent off late. Verdy player of some 16 years ago, as Nagatomo helped his side win 2-1. It was thought that he grabbed the goal in that fixture, but it went down as an own goal, the winning strike. There is Nagatomo, who at 37, well, best years past him, certainly a fantastic player, had some significant seasons in European football, of course, mainly with Inter. 170 appearances for the current Italian champions, a Coppa Italia winner back in 2011, played for Galatasaray, won a couple of titles in Turkey, played for Marseille as well, and a vastly experienced Japanese international. Over 140 caps for his country and World Cup appearances. Made the squad of some 4 World Cups. Only ever on the winning side once against Tokyo Verdy. From where he started his career back in 2007, Peter Klimowski was talking about the fact that his team will have to win the physical battle, control their emotions. See what Verdy can do here with Koki Marita, who's back into the starting lineup for this one. Pulled towards the far post and taken down. There's 3 in and around the 6-yard box, but the cross from Onaga not quite good enough. No real pattern of plays emerged just yet after nearly 7 minutes of the derby. Difficult really to say who would dominate here. They're both counter-attacking sides. That's one back. You can see the FC Tokyo players looking towards the referee. They believe there should have been a free kick given. The shot was comfortably saved by Taishi Nozawa. Saito taking it on. Just the one goal so far this season against Kashima Antlers, a 3-3 away draw back in May. Never been on the winning side against FC Tokyo. Araki okay to continue. Season, 6 goals from limited starts. Kozumi. Nozawa. Done well since coming in as #1 keeper, just 21. He's come up through the youth ranks. Kantadoi. Shirai. Pace of play bound to be slow. The possession stats for both teams this season, FC Tokyo have averaged just under 47, with Tokyo Verdy just under 46. So it was always a question of which team would dominate and have more of the ball and maybe play more on the front foot, something that Peter Kolarski wants his side to do, that is for sure. Always gets the supporters going if you can do that in a derby as well, but they've lost possession here, and a counter with Kimura, top goal scorer for Verdi, looking to bully his way beyond Kentadoi, and able to do so. Kentadoi standing his ground well. Kimura with 9 goals so far this season, though hasn't netted since June, and a defeat to Sanfrecce, 4-1 away loss. He's on loan from Kyoto Sanga. 4th time he's appeared against FC Tokyo, never been on the winning side just yet. But his supporters will be hoping that that status consigned to the bin. One back by Taniguchi and then given away. FC Tokyo have it once again. Doi. Calling for it short. This is the pattern of play. In terms of ambition for the remainder of the season, with some 12 fixtures still remaining, you do sense that FC Tokyo, if they can get a winning run together, might be able to break the top 3. Tokyo Verdy are only 3 points behind FC Tokyo. They are perhaps looking over their shoulder a little. They are 6 points ahead of 18th position at the moment, but the form hasn't been great recently. That Nagoya defeat last time out off the back of a loss to Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Their last win coming away at Avispa Fukuoka, 1-0 reverse. Really scoring a lot at the moment. They've lost 4 of the last 5 in all competitions. Here is Nakagawa coming forward, and now Shirai, 3 inside the penalty area. Oliveira calling for it. It's gone back towards Takehiro Ko. Nakagawa inside the box. Araki wins the corner. Noise hasn't stopped at the moment. That's good footwork to move away from Taniguchi. Well, FC Tokyo haven't scored that many from corners so far this season, just the 4. Now would be a good time to get a 5th. Rotaro Araki with the outswinger by the looks of things. FC Tokyo personnel fairly central, and it comes, and awkward looking header. Play continues. We have got a man down at the moment. Just a bit of a whack on the shoulder, I think. Not quite sure if it was the fall or the contact. Someno is down, just clutching the right shoulder. Someno with 6 goals so far this season. Diego Oliveira, the FC Tokyo striker who was jumping with the Tokyo Verdy forwards. Both okay to continue. Oliveira, as we mentioned, has been frustrated with the way that his side have been playing. Talked about derby games and was talking about winning your own personal duel. Said that it was bound to be passionate, bound to be intense and fierce. All about focusing on the task ahead. Talked about the support he was getting from the fans recently. Again, he's had a little bit of a dip in form. He scored 15 goals last season, but he's been a regular since joining ahead of the 2018 campaign. 73 goals in 211 appearances for the club. Free kick here for Tokyo Verdy. Fukuyamada. Charged with the responsibility. FC Tokyo players lying up edge of the penalty area. Called inside the box. Should have been a little comfortable for Nazawa's jumped into. Breakaway potentially on. Araki. Nakakawa making the run. Comfortable for Mateus Caldera. Seven clean sheets so far this season for the Brazilian-born keeper who started at Corinthians. Did play incidentally in that penalty shootout success. Defeat, I should say, against FC Tokyo last season. 17 converted spot kicks. Opening quarter of an hour, no goals. Just that one opportunity really for FC Tokyo so far, in which Nakagawa was unable to find a teammate. Maybe should have gone for glory himself. Shiga was giving it away. Now then, opportunity for Saito to play it forwards. The flick doesn't quite come off. It was Kimura that tried to knock it round the back. Morita was in a better position. Back come Verdy. Overhit by quite some distance. Nanaga get forward on the left-hand side. Not so much Matsumoto over on the right flank so far for Tokyo Verdy. Points off the top three. FC Tokyo 13 off top spot, 9 off the relegation places as well. They are pretty much mid-table in terms of points between top and bottom. 10 wins so far this season. Lost their last game against Frontale. Here they drew with Gamba Osaka prior to that. They haven't won any of their last 3. Last success was a 2-0 win here against Albirex Niigata. Only 1 win in their last 7 in all competitions. They too are knocked out of the Emperor's Cup in the 3rd round by Jeff United. Went down 2-1 at home, which was disappointing. And failed to score in their last 2 games. Haven't failed to score 3 on the spin since early 2022. Here is Morita. Decent looking layoff. Awkward looking shot. He was hurried a little bit. 2 players down. Referee waves play on. Here is Hayashi. And now Morita spots the movement. Nagatomo will clear away. Kimura got the shot off. It's blocked. Verdy just beginning to find a little bit of range maybe here. Really well won back by Diego Oliveira. Now it's with Shirai. Doi for Nozawa. Nagatomo further forward for Endo. Under real pressure from Morita. Well, play continues. No challenge made. Referee didn't stop play. Oliveira time to turn and control. Shirai. Koizumi. Shirai will play it back. This is Doi. Koizumi. Nakagawa. Nakagawa's done well so far on the right-hand side. He's made another good-looking run here. Curled in by Ko towards Diego Oliveira. Just a suspicion as Endo went down that the referee might want to look at something. Shirai will take the throw. Shichofuku, 63 now. 2 spells as FC Tokyo coach. Tokyo Verdy from the summer of 22, won the playoffs, of course, last year. Shirai. Nakagawa makes a run. Araki will have to play it back. This is Ko. And again, home supporters turn up the volume once more. Araki. Ko. Shirai goes down, gets back up quickly. Ritaro Araki once more. No way through on the right-hand side. They probe away, the hosts. Both, of course, residents of the Ajinomoto Stadium. See Tokyo average this campaign just over 32,000, second highest in the J1 League to Reds. Nagatomo. Doi. Both of these teams fairly shot shy. They rank in the bottom 5 when it comes to attempts at goal per 90. Just 9.21 for FC Tokyo and 9.71 for Verdy. So always sense that goals are going to be at a premium, chances at a premium. Not going to see one team run away with this, you would have thought. And there's always going to be flashpoints such as this in derby fixtures. Not that the fans needed to get more interested, but they are now. Koizumi, are they suggesting here that there was something that the VAR officials should take a look at? Is there a kick out? Nothing wrong with that. What about... Well, there is a shove by Koizumi, but it's certainly not in the face of the Verdy player. Will be checked. Can't imagine it's going to be a red card. The referee has gone across here and demanded that Koizumi shakes the hand of Taniguchi. And Hiroto Taniguchi, not surprisingly, is okay to continue. It's a derby game after all. Not quite Panto season. There's nothing in this, is there, really? Start number 3 in the derby for Koizumi. Previous 2 have both been draws. A lot of experience from Atlas and Raysol player. That's better, though, from Sameno. Well, I thought the referee was going to blow, but he doesn't. Fed back in towards Kimura, cleared away by FC Tokyo as Verdy look to create opportunities here. Onaga, Sameno to curl in, we will clear away. Oliveira can't make it stick, but FC Tokyo have it once again and they start to race forward. Koizumi, Shirai, thought about releasing Nakagawa. Shirai still has it, 3 inside the penalty area. Araki gets lucky. Still Araki, gets lucky again. Nakagawa was waiting. Koizumi, some tiki-taka in the final third as the FC Tokyo players play short and square for a split second. Doi. Morishika. Nagatomo. Diego Oliveira, such a competent back-to-goal striker. Good-looking ball in, cleared away. Hiroto Taniguchi. He saw that Terihito Nakagawa was just in behind. Good movement from the FC Tokyo players. Just watch the number 39, blonde hair. If he doesn't get to that, Nakagawa is in behind and could have been in. Three players bursting inside the Verdy penalty area as Nakagawa applauds the idea. Nagatomo wanted it as well. It was good defensive work from Taniguchi. Just a corner here for FC Tokyo. Diego Oliveira waits, in swinger this time around, very much in vogue worldwide at the moment. Three inside the 6-yard box, runners towards the back post and the near. But free kick being given as Cantadori is adjudged to have fouled Kazuya Miyahara. Just a bit of pushing and shoving. Tokyo Verdy have won 2 of the last 3 away games in the top flight. Appear they've not drawn any of their last 8. The last against Kashima's 3-3 affair. They've lost 5 of their last 8. Started really well on the road. They lost only 1 of their first 7. And they have been starting games well. The last 3 goals away from home, all in the first half. They haven't scored after the break-in any of their last 5. So they need to start positively away from home, it would appear, if they are to get anything out of fixtures at the minute. As we approach 25 minutes, no goals in the Tokyo derby. Nakagawa. Stays on his feet well, gets back up very quickly, more accurately. Diego Oliveira's made the run, he's come back in field, and the shot is a good one, but always going wide. Well, I think he's got every right to go for goal from that sort of distance, from that sort of angle. Keita Endo, we know how good he is against Tokyo Verdy with those 2 goals in the reverse fixture. Only 4 goals so far this season, but limited starts for one reason or another. It's only a 6th time that he started a fixture. With Union Berlin after a spell at Eintracht Braunschweig on loan. Former Japanese international, last cap coming a few years ago, hasn't been used for the national side recently. But at 26, still more to come, you feel, for him. Quite work out in Germany. Doi. Calling for it short. Shirai right-hand side, Nakatomo over on the left flank. Here is the veteran. 74 years between them, Morishika and Nagatomo, who combine here. Is that left flank gettable as far as Verdy are concerned? They're right. I haven't really seen too many attacks down it just yet. Confidence, knack and know-how counts for an awful lot, even more so in derby fixtures. Here comes Yuta Nagatomo. Takehiroko. Been a bit of a midfield battle so far. Araki tries to turn it round the corner, just a throw-in, but progress made on the left-hand side by FC Tokyo. Nagatomo. Doi. Leaves it. Now, scoop it forward to this near side. Really good touch from Shirai. He was taken down. Free kick. Wonderful control. It's a fairly wild challenge, and that's final 10 minutes. That might have been a yellow card. Just league football for these two sides from here on in. We mentioned the Emperor's Cup defeats for both. Tokyo Verdy knocked out of the League Cup by Sanfrecce Hiroshima, who then went on to defeat FC Tokyo the following rounds. Well, it was on aggregate that fourth round defeat. This is a period of fixtures this season where FC Tokyo are a little vulnerable, even though they've got a attacking free kick here. Conceded 8 in the minutes between 50 and 30 in fixtures. Can switch off just a little. It is a joint league high to keep it down this end. Araki to hoist towards the far post. It's cleared away. Saito immediately pressured, has to use Mateus. Koki Morita. Onaga. Comes the skipper again. Restored to the starting lineup after failing to make the opening 11 against Nagoya. Miyahara. Flag has stayed down. 2-8 inside the penalty area. Saito. He was brought down free kick, and the flag, well, it didn't go up initially, but the referee blew. Right call, good decision. It looked offside. The FC Tokyo backline were a little sluggish to react. Oof, yeah. Challenge from behind. Mane got the ball, but came straight through the player. Don't know why he's complaining. Tower organises. Verdy supporters at the other end of the ground, expectant. Well, Yamada has scored twice from free kicks so far this season. It is a league high. He's a clever player, Fuki Yamada. Shinazawa has got the 4 players that he wants in the wall. The dummies and decoys just in front of the 4 players, aiming to do their job. Yamada, left-footed over the crossbar. Scored 3 goals this season, 2 direct from free kicks for Fuki Yamada. Was sent off against Seleso Osaka back in July. Got it up and over the wall, but not down quickly enough. Nagatomo. Bit of a battle for the final derby of the year. Verdy traditionally have got the better of FC Tokyo across the various different competitions that they've played each other. 26 successes to FC Tokyo's 8. Game was first played in the top flight back in 2001. FC Tokyo winning 2-1. Lopez getting a couple of goals for FC Tokyo then. Nakagawa on the move again. Diego Oliveira calling for it. Nakagawa looking for the corner! Well, took a deflection and Mateus was wrong-footed, just a corner. Getting in the way, just enough of a deflection to send it spinning the right side of the post as far as the Verdy supporters were concerned, and not this lot in blue and red. So another corner for their troubles here. Chances at a premium over the opening 33.5 minutes. Diego Oliveira being tightly marshalled by Hiroto Taniguchi. Outswinger Araki to deliver towards the back post. Should be comfortable for Mateus in his 23 clean sheets last season in the second tier for Mateus. Has found them a lot harder to come by, as you would imagine, in the top flight. Just 7, only 3 at home, 4 away. Mateus, the pressure from Araki. This is Taniguchi, just calling 2 minds here, the defender. Asking plenty of Kimura. Shigefuku, who had 2 spells of in charge of FC Tokyo. 2008 and 2010, and then again 2016, had 31 games in charge. Shirai will take the throw. Cleared away by Cantadoi. Seemed to be a bit of a shove there, free kick. No goals and no doubt conditions playing its part. We've only had 3 goal attempts all told, only 1 on target. Tokyo Verdy have had that. See Tokyo, not yet. Mateus hasn't been tested, but has had to keep alert and disciplined. See Tokyo boosting the possession stats, incidentally, 70-30. Got Oliveira, won't get a second go. Miyahara to control and to clear towards the halfway line. Doi wins the first duel but loses out as Verdy look to try and kick on the counter. Anaga, so he's calling for it. He's gone further forwards and then culled towards the back post here. Cut back, nobody there. Just a little disappointing. Saito, I thought, when he made the run, looked in a really promising position, and then Diego Oliveira has just been bundled over. He's saying, what about a yellow card? Not going to get it. Just a word to Miyahara. Nakatomo saying, come on. You can hear Peter Komorski saying, look, there's no intention to win the ball at all there. And he's probably right. I mean, he's a mile away from it, isn't he? He's a character on the sideline, still complaining. Was assistant to Ange Postecoglou, of course, at Marinos for a couple of years. Worked as the first team coach at Espulse and at Montedio Yamagata for a couple of years before moving on to FC Tokyo just over a year ago. Shirai. Doi. 7 minutes remaining of a first half that has been good off the pitch in terms of atmosphere. Supporters have been brilliant, but haven't really seen the quality. The fact that these two sides are struggling for form, that's borne out what we've seen on the pitch in the opening 38 minutes here. It's been a bit of a midfield battle. Two misplaced passes. We haven't seen any side really build up significant momentum and really push on and take the game by the scruff of its neck. It's been a fixture that has been a little bit stop-start. Naga to take the throw eventually. Morita. Naga again. Too many of the crosses high and hanging. Easy for defenders to keep an eye on. They're not being whipped in. The trajectory hasn't been that low. Been easy pretty much for the teams to defend against at both ends. Just the 6 wins at home so far this season for FC Tokyo across all the competitions. Scored in 14 of their fixtures. That's failing to do so recently, though. Failed 2 of the last 4. The goals have dried up in front of their own supporters. 4 clean sheets this season. Slid through brilliantly, but there was never anybody making a run towards the near post. Keita Endo, it's all he could do, really. Onaga. Saito forward. Morita. Onaga. Someno. Kimura. Right-hand side. Onaga looking to bully his way through. Still going. Well, he was getting his shirt tugged. You sense if he'd have stopped there, he probably would have got the free kick. He continues, which is more credit to him, but doesn't really take advantage as he tried to wriggle his way through. No doubt that he was being held. Yeah, I mean, he's right. I mean, was there an advantage? Not really. Could you pull it back? Maybe. Shirai. Morishiga. Nagatomo. Nozawa. Kept in play by Taniguchi. She will punt it long. Suspicion of offside. Flag hasn't gone up yet. Might not. Determined run. Onaga up with play on the left. Someno and Kimura wait inside the penalty area. Pulled towards the far post. Side netting. Tight angle. Not easy. Big opportunity nonetheless. Gets in front of his marker. But unfortunately for Kosuke Saito, unable to find the target. Just seemed to spin away from the instep. Brilliant delivery. Excellent run. Poor defending, you might say, but Saito stole in. And so close, the closest we've come to an opening goal, and that's got the visiting supporters up and jumping once again. Free kick FC Tokyo. Will we have a dramatic finish to this first half? 2.5 minutes plus added on time remaining. We might get a couple as well. We've had the odd stoppage as the referee has had to intervene here and there. Just the one goal so far for Kosuke Saito this season. Tokyo with a free kick, high line for Verdy. Oliveira leads the runners centrally, pulled towards the far post again, flicked away for a corner. Offside. Plenty of belief for the supporters, great visiting fans. Obviously the travel is short. They share this stadium, which makes it a little bit more intense sometimes, doesn't it? But a big contingent wearing the Verdy green. Added to a brilliant atmosphere pre-match. The fans were in very, very early. Faded, the colour, the pyros, and the lights from the away fans was brilliant to see. FC Tokyo supporters responded. The atmosphere has been good throughout. Play on the pitch, Matt. Sometimes you get derbies like this, don't you? I'm sure the second half will provide us with a goal. 45 is nearly up. Mateus. Nagatomo away. To the arms of Nozawa. 2 minutes of added on time at the end of the first 45. Feels about right. We've had the stoppage as the referees had to intervene. We had a bit of a flare-up, don't we? Early on in this first half, but game so far, we haven't seen the best of the attacking players on show, and we know how good the youngsters up front of Verdy, Tsuki Sameno and Fuki Yamada, Kimura as well, all just 22. There is good future here, of course. Kimura is on loan from Kyoto Sanga. Experienced in the FC Tokyo ranks, Diego Oliveira at 34. Plenty of veterans at the back as well. With Araki looking to pull the strings. And two others looking to join in. It'd be a surprise if this game ended 0-0. Don't want to jinx it for you. Does a card come out here? No? Just a free kick, might be the last opportunity here for Tokyo Verdy to get some players in advanced areas and maybe nick a half-time lead. They have gone close. Kosuke Saito hitting the side netting from close in. Kimura. Movement has been good. We still believe as the seconds tick away to half-time. Up goes the signal. Fuki Yamada. Lifts the jersey. It's a little bit of air to the bones. It's a hot evening in the capital. Again, he's high inside the area. He's nodded down, but nodded away. Saito. Digs out the cross. Awkward attempt at clearing. Shirai does a bit better. One last chance. Anaga. And again. Curled inside the area before bouncing away. That is the break. Defence is on top. Chances at a premium. In many ways a typical derby. It's been keenly contested. Nakatomo and co, and the rest of the veterans on the FC Tokyo side have proved their worth at the back. But going forward, haven't really seen too much of this man, Diego Oliveira. Big chance for Kazuki Saito, of course, for Tokyo Verdy. FC Tokyo themselves really need to use the ball a little better in advanced areas. Haven't quite been at it. It's been one of those games that hasn't quite burst into life on the pitch. The supporters off it have been absolutely brilliant. The atmosphere is terrific. We just need a little bit more quality on the pitch. I'm sure we'll get it in the second half. At the break, it's FC Tokyo 0, Tokyo Verdy 0.
三菱商事プレゼンツ前半戦ハイライトをご覧ください。
Now let's watch the first half highlights.
皆様のダゾーンへの加入と FC 東京の試合視聴時間の長さで J リーグからクラブへの分配金が大きく変わります。スタジアムにご来場の皆様もスタジアム観戦だけで満足せず、本日の試合もぜひダゾーンにてご視聴お願いします。
2024シーズン J リーグタイトルパートナーは明治安田。オフィシャルブロードキャスティングパートナーはダゾーン。トップパートナーはアイデム。
The second half will start soon. Let's hear your support.
Welcome back to the Ajinomoto Stadium in Chofo, Tokyo. Second half of this Tokyo derby, just moments away. FC Tokyo, the first team to emerge from the tunnel here. The atmosphere continues to be brilliant. Fans broken for breath at the break, and they will be hoping that Diego Oliveira and co can kick on and create some chances in the second half. FC Tokyo players out first. Peter Konowski said what he needs to say to his players. Deisha Nozawa hasn't really had too much to do. He would have been a little concerned about the shot that nearly snuck in late on in the first half. Yusuke Saito with an effort that hit the side netting from very close in. Best chance of the game so far. Tokyo Verdy will be fairly pleased about the way that they've gone about their business. They've conceded possession, yes, but they haven't conceded an awful lot of chances. They've been very, very good at the back, with the likes of Hayashi and Miyahara and Taniguchi. Naka's got forward a little bit on the left-hand side. Matsumoto just looking at 1 or 2 heat maps at half-time. He's got forward a little bit more than I thought that he had done in that first 45, but the wing-backs are so key to the way that Verdy play. Can they create for the likes of Somero and Yamada and Kimura in this second half? We will find out shortly. 2 teams into a huddle ahead of this second period. What is the ambition of FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy for the remainder of the season? The win will inch FC Tokyo a little closer to the top 3. Could jump up to 40 points. Obviously, it depends on what's happening elsewhere. The likes of the 2 Osaka clubs, Gambaro Osaka and Cerezo Osaka and Avispa Fukuoka, just above them in the league standings. They are looking down to a certain extent. Tokyo Owata, though, currently being beaten. So they will remain clear, you would have thought, of the drop zone. But plenty of points to play for between now and the end of the season. This is huge in the context of where they'll finish up, and indeed in the context of the derby. Underway then for the second half. No goals in the opening 45 minutes of the latest all-Tokyo affair. Capital clash between FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy. Chances at a premium. Defences on top. Midfield battle. It's been usual derby fare to a certain extent, just needs to burst into life. The supporters have been brilliant, both those in blue and red and the visiting fans in Verdy green away to our right. They cannot be questioned about their commitment and quality. What about those that have donned the boots and the strip? Can they do a little bit more? See where the sprinklers have been on. They were dousing the pitch at half-time throughout. It is a hot night, about 32, 33 degrees as we push on to the evening. Nagatomo Morishige there, you can see, 37 years old, the pair of them. There is an awful lot of experience in the FC Tokyo lineup. Oliveira as well up front at 34. They've got knack and know-how. Have they got the legs? And that could be a key factor as the game wears on in these conditions. There is certainly more youth in the Verdy team as they come racing forward. Matsumoto with a good-looking ball in. Onaga cannot convert, and it's scrambled behind for a corner. From one wing-back to another, Kimura threw himself at that. I don't think he got anything on it, but he may well have taken a bit of a kick to the face. Let's take another look here. Bit of an awkward fall, really, wasn't it, from Morishige. Matsumura curled in, and in the end, it was Onaga. It was an awkward bounce. It was sort of thigh-high, waist-high. On reflection, does he go with a diving header? In hindsight, you're always going to do something different if it doesn't come out the way you want it to first time around. Kimura's okay. But a good opportunity nonetheless. Minutes into this second half of the derby, Verdy fans expect, and Tokyo Verdy attacking the goal away to our right where the visiting supporters are. A wipe of the brow and more. A hot night for football. Fuku focused as his team win a corner. In swinger, punched away by Nozawa. On the volley by Morita. Doesn't quite hit it, not quite sure. He had the confidence to really put the laces through that. Verdy on the move again. Four have stayed inside the penalty area. Cleared away by Doi. Just 3 goals from corners this season for Tokyo Verdy. They don't make the most of flag kicks. Similar for FC Tokyo as we outlined in the first half. Free kick surely. Well, is this more Fukuyamada's range, I wonder? Turning field was good. Takehiro Ko, the perpetrator. Yamada's got to be favourite here, the number 18. He has placed the ball, but you can see that Someno is also eyeing this one up. But given the fact that you have scored more free kick goals this season than any other player, you'd like to think that Yamada will take it. Will they mix it up a little bit? Having seen one of his efforts in the first half, or the only one, fly over the bar. It was a little further out. Good angle for a left footer. Someno will be right-footed if he does take it. Yamada. So looking to cut, he's hit the top of the wall. That's a poor effort, wasn't it, really? The big build-up. And the eventual crossing just goes behind. Too often we've seen that. Too much air on it. Straight into the heart of the wall. Verdy team. It's the one change from the defeat to Nagoya Grampus last time out. Thought there might be 1 or 2 more alterations given the poor run. Given away, sloppy from Nagatomo. Matsuwara. Saito. One back by Nakagawa to cheers from the home support. We've seen just a little bit more pace in this second half since the restart. We've had 5 minutes of it. Diego Oliveira to chase it down, all a bit awkward from a Verdy point of view. Volleyed away by Hayashi. little bit here. Just wants a second. A little winded. Just wonder if he'll last the full 90, Nagatomo. They're still not 100%. Nagatomo gets another go. He'll play the full 90 against Gamba Osaka in his last fixture. But it's been sparingly used, as you would imagine, just 13 starts. Ayashi away. Nagatomo jumps in, that was a bit awkward, but play continues. One back by Morishiga. Nagatomo. Matsumaro wins it back. Floated forward by Yamada, looking for the run of Kimura. Morishiga. Just won the last 6 and 2 the last 8 in all competitions for Verdy. Lost only 2 of their first 15 matches in all competitions. They started the season really well, and those 2 were over the first 3 games. Might recall that they were involved in a cracker on Matchweek 1 against Marinos. They took the lead only to concede 2 goals very late on. Oh, that's a good-looking ball back in. And Araki takes the deflection, just a corner. He believes it was goal-bound. Telling contribution with a block here at the back. Neat layoff as well. The combination play was good. The finish was on target potentially here. It was Naoki Hayashi in the way. You just got something on it, was it? Oh, you look at it again. Let's have another look. Yeah, just. The angle just seemed to flick up and away. It was fairly shallow, but it was enough. Another chance from the corner. Short one didn't quite work out. Araki, who had the shot, will take. Do sense that something's building here. Both sides have been just that little bit more ambitious since the restart. A game to be won, the coaches I'm sure would have said at the break. Araki with the outswinger. Movement towards the near post from Morishiga. Here he goes. Doesn't get anything on it. Unlucky not to. Nagatomo strides forward and a left-footed hit that he cuts across. Well, he has scored a couple of goals this season. The last against Marinos in the 1-1 draw back in May. He scored against Avispa Fukuoka back in March of this year in a 3-1 away success. He's never been one to score an awful lot of goals. 7 in 162 in his 2 spells at FC Tokyo. Given away. Diego Oliveira turns, can't find a teammate. In comes the challenge from Nagatomo here, more than anyone else. Desperate for the win, as we mentioned, those duels with Hulker almost a generation ago. Up for this one. Into the game in 13th position. Their expected points tally, Verdy, would suggest they deserve to be a little bit higher in the table. 34.2 expected points would rank them 10th in that particular metric. And their expected goals against of 34.08. They've actually conceded 38. Again, any regression would see them be just a little bit higher. It's about right. Argue that FC Tokyo overachieved a little bit. There is not too much to choose between these two in an awful lot of the metrics, and that's sort of bearing it out really in this derby fixture between FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy. Morita. Onaga. Morita again. Sato has made the move edge of the penalty area. Kimura, likewise. They've had to jog back though as FC Tokyo just move up. Oh, it's a good block. 34 still willing to put in the hard yards. Diego Oliveira gets through an awful lot of industry and energy in fixtures. Really good target man. Samara's been brought down. Nagatomo, the perpetrator this time. He's been putting himself about since the restart, got himself a little bit more involved, making his presence felt. Take on Kyoto Sanga away from home next, and then Sanfrecce Hiroshima before a home game against Nagoya Grampus FC Tokyo. We've still got Machida Delvia to come, the league leaders away from home. They take on the current champions, Vissel Kobe, on their travels as well. It's not an easy final 12 fixtures for FC Tokyo. For their part, Verdy have got Kashima Antlers next, then Kashiwa Reysol. Finish away at Kyoto Sanga. Still got Vissel Kobe to come at home. Maybe slightly easier. It would be no surprise if these two teams were very, very close come final reckoning of the league standings after the final fixture in early December. Nakagawa, not seen as much of him since the restart in advanced areas. We're approaching the hour. Still plenty of time to see a few goals in this game. Let's hope so. Morita jumps. Nakagawa looks to control, nods it forward, good determination and run. Leo Ferraraki not quite good enough. Onaga to turn, was he caught by Shirai? Just a throw. Kimura gets up quickly, referee on the spot, says play on. Keita Endo. Nagatomo. Kuzumi. Home support have not let up throw out. Nagatomo forward. Oliveira, the intended target, cleverly fed back towards Hayashi. Threaded through. Sameno gets the touch to it, but no more, and can only prod it behind for a throw in here to FC Tokyo. Saito. Oliveira, edge of the box. Nakagawa inside the area. Endo left-hand side. It's all down the right flank at the moment. Koizumi. Let's throw away through. Shirai shrugs off the attentions of the first challenge, but doesn't really make any sort of progress. Nagatomo. Once again, it's the hosts who are dominating possession. That's a clever touch. So is that. Just unable to turn on it, Keita Endo. But are they just beginning to find a little bit of form and fluidity in forward areas? Really have dominated since the restart. Verdy's turn though to maybe get forward, and there's some good numbers here in green and white. Matsumara drives to the byline, does pull it back, but this has been the way for much of this fixture. There's no one inside the area to sweep home. This is Morita. Samura again. Yeah, free kick, no real advantage. Good decision from the referee here. Real danger for FC Tokyo to deal with. As Verdy have another free kick. Morita took it down well. challenge on Yamada was a little late, and it will be Fuki Yamada to take the free kick, you would have thought. Well, he's had a couple of sighties, one over the wall, one into the wall. Third time lucky, we shall see. Presuming he takes it, of course. Same sort of angle. Fluid been taking on, no real surprise. Just look at the supporters, brilliant. Well, Someno was standing over this one. Nozawa set his wall just past the hour. Cape Verde strike. Well, Someno took it in the end. He didn't fool the keeper. I don't think he fooled anyone. Didn't have the pace. One of those that looks incredibly clever and cute if it goes in. Looks a bit daft if it doesn't. Araki. Cool. It's another free kick. We might get a card coming out here. First caution of the game. Naga into the book. Sign from Machida Zelvia after he played a significant role in his former club getting promoted last season. Sometimes wish whether he stayed at the previous club, given how well they've done this season, but you just never know. He thought the better option was to come to Verdy. No one predicted Machida Zelvia's rise this season. Naga carded. FC Tokyo with a free kick. Oliveira just inside the box. Endo waits as well, just over the head of Keita Endo. Corner. FC Tokyo with a corner. Shiga pretty much on the penalty spot. Araki to take the corner kick. Endo lurks as well. Diego Oliveira. Nakagawa inside the 6-yard box here. Shirai outside the area. Referee still not happy about something. Spotted a bit of flotsam and jetsam on the pitch. Araki to deliver, it's low, Marashiga's flick, and second chance. Sat up for him nicely, always underneath that you sensed, and even from close in it clears the crossbar fairly comfortably. The flick was blocked, second attempt flew over. First changes of the match here, Verdy making the alterations. We're going to see Hiroto Yamane, so we're also going to see Tomoya Miki as well, who did start the previous game incidentally. Returns here for the final 25 minutes or so. Players coming on, replacing Koki Morita and Fuki Yamada, like he took a bit of a knock, the latter, just a few minutes ago. Bonita is also off. Miki did start the previous game, 3 goals this season. is Milita, replaced by Yamami. See what sort of difference those players make. Yamami mainly used as a substitute this campaign for Verdy, but he has scored 4 goals and some important ones as well, including the winner against Avispa Fukuoka last month, but only once on the winning side against FC Tokyo. Towards the near post. One substitute looking for another. Mami did curl in. Klamowski via the interpreter with last-minute instructions for the 2 alterations that he is about to make. Yahara for Someno. Someno again. Movement is good. Matsumoto wants it back. Here he is. Oh, there were 1 or 2 options for him there. Clever play. Someno again to curl. Nago with the header! Brilliant save! Amami does brilliantly with the header initially. Got it back inside the 6-yard box. Nozawa gets down brilliantly to the right-hand side to deny the substitute. Another yellow card has come out. Someno is going to go into the book. Not 100% certain it was a yellow card offence. Here's Yamami's header. When we look at it from that sort of angle, maybe not as good a save as I first thought, but he was unsighted. Someno, because of the booking, will miss Verdy's next outing against Kashima Antlers. Sumida and Anzai coming on, Endo and Nakagawa coming off. Do sense that those 2 midfielders, their races run a little bit here. Could be a clever switch from Peter Klamowski. Kota Tawara Sumida waiting with just the 1 goal so far this season, just 20. Real talent. And obviously Soma Anzai, who we've referenced a few times today, sent off in the reverse fixture, the 2-2 draw. Did start the last game, couple of goals this term, more of a defensive player. Tabara Sumida play a little bit further forward. You would have thought we'll see how they fit in to the way that FC Tokyo tackle the final 20 minutes here. Zawa. Do you really want your keeper to do that in a derby game with 20 minutes remaining? Well, if it works out, yes, I guess. Never know though, do you? Nakatomo. Takehiroko. Shiga. Does this look like more of a back 3 maybe here with Nagatomo alongside Marashiga? He's moved in field a little bit with Kantadoi right. Araki maybe even playing left wing back. Sort of feeling of a back three, punted long by Nozawa. Just a tweak of tactic. Araki. Diego Oliveira back to goal, does brilliantly. Araki to curl to the right-hand side. Sarai unable to keep it in play. It was a nice idea, but the execution wasn't quite there. What about the break? This is Tomoya Miki, the substitute, does well to keep possession. Saito. Naga. Sameno, he dropped a little deeper now. Yamame. And that header that was well saved, and now wins a corner. Headed goals this season. There's a lot of seen their side score. Joint third most in the top flight. Can anyone get their head to the in-swinger from the left flank? Kimura waits. Taniguchi up from the back. Hayashi is as well. It's towards Taniguchi. Izumi goes down. Free kick. Stops rolling around. Now he knows that the decision's been given in his side's favour, and a bit of a waste. Didn't look a lot in that. Tamarasumira to dart in field and to lose possession. Long ball through the centre, and Nozawa is outside of his area here. Well, there was no real hurry up to take a quick throw in there from the Verdy player. It was Kimura that looked to the heavens rather than get on with it. Yamami with a corner, up goes the signal. Spinning towards the centre, the header brilliantly stopped. Someno's header. Nozawa turns away, that was a much better save. Someno again to keep it alive here. It's all a bit awkward inside the area. Matsumura, Yamami. Matsumura again. Dragging the attempt wide. Johnny's favoured right side. Well, Nozawa. How good a save was this? Seemed to come off the head of Diego Oliveira, even though Semeno was claiming it. No, it comes off the face of the striker, doesn't it? That is a brilliant save. Oohs and ahs and groans, and a bit of appreciation from the home supporters. They see it on the big screen. Proved himself this season, started second choice really. Go Hatano was first choice at the start of the season, sent off a couple of occasions, and then Nozawa was given his opportunity and he's really taken it. Made some good stops in this game, that the best of them. 15 minutes plus added on time remaining. Araki's the player to be withdrawn here. We're going to see Okashiwa, striker, just the one J1 League goal this season, scored in the cup as well. Well, this is Takehiro Ko's been stretchered off. Not sure what the issue is here, but it looks like he's going to come off as well. So maybe a further change required. Well, there will be a further change required. I'm not sure what the injury was, but stretcher required doesn't look great. Ko and Araki then coming off. Okashiwa we've seen. Arakawa is the other player to join the fray. Midfield are like for like. More goal-mouth activity since the restart. Two teams have upped the ante, certainly in the second half. There's been some good opportunities for both. Verdy in particular. Nozawa's been the busier of the two keepers. A lot to like about their second half performance, but still no goals. Taura Samida will help it on. Shirai to curl in. Sameno to flick forwards. Might get another go here, and if he gets to take the ball with him, it is a free kick. Quite sure that Verdy were ready, but they have possession nonetheless. Yamami. Kimura. Matsumura. Shimmy to get away from Taura Samida. It's going to be a goal kick. All the way through to Mateus. 11 minutes. Will there be a winner in the latest Tokyo affair? FC Tokyo 0, Tokyo Verdy 0. He wants to go for goal. It takes a big deflection. Oh, now then. A little bit of concern here, maybe. Real concern, in fact. And need to get the trainer on very quickly. It looks like he may well have been knocked out here with a shot. Hush around the stadium, real concern. Is he just moving? I think he's okay. Let's hope so. That was a nasty moment there. Stretcher is on straight away. Is it Morashiga that's gone down? Just the way that he was hitting the side of the head, I think, by the shot from distance, hit with a lot of power. Concern about Masato Morashiga, concern with the supporters. Shot was taken on. Just hit him right flush in the side of the head, didn't it? And well, straight away his teammates knew that he may well have just been knocked out here. Such was the force of the shot. Change will have to be made. We are going to see an alteration. Tape Oka about to come on. Still waiting for Morishiga to be lifted away, but I did think I saw just a little bit of movement there. There's obviously concern with Peter Klimowski and the supporters in particular. And applause all around here. They wait, but there is some applause, as you can see. He's a tough competitor, been around for a long time, 37 now. Waiting to make the change as well here. See it being stretched away, and I did think I saw a little bit of movement, so hopefully regain consciousness, but he looked like he was sparked out by the ferocity of the shot. So straight away the physio's on very, very quickly. Tape Oka, defender, to come on. Let's hope that Morishiga is okay. Oka is on then for the final 8 minutes or so. Well, that incident dealt with very smartly, very quickly, and credit to the medical staff and indeed the players who straight away realised that Morishiga was in a little bit of trouble. Well, back to the game, and you can see that Hiroshi Jofuku is saying, hang on a minute, that has to be a corner. He can't believe it, and I sort of tend to agree with him here. Still up in arms about that. I can't quite believe that decision. Obviously our concern is with the player, but it still has to be a corner, doesn't it? Underway. Will be minutes added on at the end of the game. Thankfully not too many minutes lost. Taura Samida. Samara to launch to safety. Pick up the momentum, who can find a little bit of rhythm in the final 5.5. Further change to be made here because it was a concussion substitute, and Otaka Nakamura can come on. Technically a 6th change, but within the laws of the game. Arakawa. And again, time to turn and get his head up here. Kept in play just. And whipped in. Always difficult that for Ogashiwa. Moving towards the ball a little bit here. The angle is fairly tight. He's got a little bit of space, but you can see has to take a significant more off that. And even then, tight angle. Nakatomo coming off. And as we mentioned, Nakamura coming on. Previous alteration was a concussion change, so Nakamura allowed to come on. And Masahashi is on for Matsumura for Verdy. Masahashi, again, usually used as a substitute this season. Scored against Sagan Tosu in a 2-0 away success. Another player that's Never been a side that's beaten FC Tokyo. 4 minutes plus added on time remaining here. Will we get something spectacular and special to turn the game one way or another? It's been keenly contested, hard fought, lot to like about the derby in many ways. Atmosphere, the best thing about it. Second half has been better as a spectacle in terms of what we've seen. But we just haven't seen the quality in those advanced areas. Some really good saves from Nozawa at one end, and he might be called into action again here. He will be! Oh! Yamami's effort. The fingertips of Nozawa, it seemed to go through the gloves, but there was just enough on it. As the FC Tokyo stopper is called into action once again. Miki it was that got the counter going. Perfectly weighted pass, Yamami's effort, and Nozawa's save. That one was goal bound. Oh, just the slightest of touches, wasn't it? Edge of the palm, side of the finger. A corner as we push into minute 88. Verdy have looked the most likely. Whipped in low, easily dealt with. Long throw order of the day, maybe here. To launch in. Nozawa has been excellent, and man of the match maybe. More to deal with. Towards the near post, it's nodded away by Oka. Another throw, another opportunity. Yamada, who's coming on, Kimura's gone off. Not really been his day. Goiki Yamada, just 23. Only goal coming in the Emperor's Cup this season. Can he make himself a hero here in the derby? To the edge of the area, flicked back in, all a bit awkward. See Tokyo maybe with an opportunity to break. It's been won back brilliantly by Matsuhashi. Coming forward in numbers here. Hiko Oliveira is back to clear, and it's a good clearance as well. A counter could be on. Tawara Samira calling for it. Here he is. Look at the running of Shirai inside the penalty area. Tawara Samira to curl in. It's over the head of Shirai, who must have run about 80 yards to get into that position at full pelt. And the 90th minute, that's what it means in the derby. That's what's expected, but the cross wasn't good enough. And he has to race all the way back. There he is. It's not as if it's 33 degrees or anything. How's your fitness? He's been proving it. Into the 90 we go. How many minutes of added on time will we get? Might be a significant amount here given the stoppage because of the injury to Morishige, but they did deal with it fairly quickly. I guess it'd be 6, maybe 7. Find out shortly. Someno. In comes the delivery, nodded up into the air, really away. Towards the left-hand side, and the volley goes wide. Saito had the chance in the first half, through two FC Tokyo defenders, but a metre wide of the post. 6 minutes of added on time, feels about right. 39,921. The atmosphere has been brilliant. Both FC Tokyo and Tokyo Verdy fans making an awful lot of noise from way before kickoff, and they've kept it up in stifling heat throughout. They have been a real credit. The commitment, the effort from both sets of players, likewise, they've been brilliant in terms of what they put into the fixture, but it's 0-0. We haven't seen a goal, and we're into added on time, and it looks like the derby's going to end all square unless we see something dramatic. And, well, if you're a Verdy fan, you'll know that there's been late drama for and against your club this season. They have scored 5 goals 90th minute and later, and they've conceded 6 goals 90th minute and later. Don't switch off just yet. This is Semeno. Saito. Verdy pushing. 5 minutes remaining. The turn and the block as Miki gets his shot off. Saito again. Onaga. Clipped inside the area once more. Semeno nods it down. It's a little bit hurried and awkward. They're claiming handball here. Nothing given. It will be checked. We've got a player down. Semeno. They're claiming a foul or they're claiming handball? Well, I mean, it did hit the hand of Nakamura. Semeno's still on the deck, claiming he got one in the face. Would have been harsh. Checked. I mean, what a back stop. It's hit the player. Has he controlled it here? Does he prevent it from spinning towards a Verdy player? Well, if you're a Verdy fan, you're going to argue that one all day long, aren't you? But I don't think it's going to go for your team. Semeno's had a bit of treatment. He's going to come away from this fixture feeling that his team have been the better side and maybe been a little unlucky. Still waiting. Now we're going to restart. Curled in, punched away, Nozawa. Tokyo Verdy pressing. Semeno tries to wriggle his way through. I don't think the ball's going to go. It will be a goal kick. Two and a half minutes remaining. We might get an extra minute, I reckon, for that half penalty shout. Awkward fall. Awkward challenge, free kick. Still time. It's, Yamada has gone down, just small at the back there, a little bit winded maybe. He'll want to get back up given that the time is running out. Not going to get 2 more opportunities to create here. A couple of minutes remaining, maybe 3. He's not going to back down. He's not that type of player, never has been. Not going to change now at 34. Referee just wants to calm things down. I mean, from a Verdy point of view here, given they've got a free kick, they'll surely be mindful of the seconds they're wasting. I'm sure the referee will add a little bit on, but even so, Kanowski is a little bit nervous here watching his side defend. A quick glance at the clock. Clipped inside the area, nodded down, overhead doesn't quite come off, should be cleared, not particularly well. Saito will take it up here, Yamada's on the move, did it cross? It's going to be thumped away, it's a goal kick. Point might see them jump a spot. Tokyo might stay as they are. Depends on the goals elsewhere, scores elsewhere. If there's any late changes to 27th week here. J1 League matches for 24. still battling right to the 96th minute. It's not gone out of play. Referees who I think has been an excellent game, not having any of it. Throw and no more. What's he complaining about here? He's off the pitch, should just play on. Blaming, I think he was caught on the arm. Yeah, he'd be my man of the match. Taishi Nozawa. Been excellent, made some good stops and one brilliant save from Semeno that was destined for the corner. Free allowing an extra minute, and no real surprise given the stoppage we had and that penalty shout. And it's Verdy who are finishing, the stronger of the two teams. Have they got anything left in them to grab a winner? Last chance. Threaded through. Yamami left-hand side. Controls well. Can't get the cross in. It's blocked by Nakamura. Twist and a turn. Can he get the delivery in? He can! No! I wonder why Yamami's not started games, because his delivery has been terrific since he came on. Tokyo Verdy finishing with a flourish, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The derby ends in a draw. Defence is on top. Disappointment for Hiroshi Jofuku, whose team were probably the better. Taishi Nozawa made some terrific stops, he really did. Verdy had chances in the second half, they were the better side, but they just couldn't break through this FC Tokyo defence, who had opportunities themselves throughout, but just could not take them. It has been a real battle in the heat of the Japanese capital. Honest game, keenly contested. 0-0 in the end will suit neither really, as FC Tokyo were hoping to build towards a good end to the season and maybe a top 3 finish. Tokyo Verdy denied by that man, Taishi Nozawa. Full time here, FC Tokyo 0, Tokyo Verdy 0. So handshakes all round. Both will know that they have been in a battle here, that is for sure. But that young man, well, really good saves. We might be seeing the one in particular. That's the one, isn't it? That is tremendous. That was the one before. There's the one that looked to be goal bound, but for the agility. And that one as well. Forgot about that late on. Very much man of the match. He was excellent. And he's managed to preserve the point for FC Tokyo, that is for sure. Young keeper, very much going places. 21-year-old who's started today for FC Tokyo, who came into the game possibly as favourites, but in the end will be happy to take a point thanks to the athleticism and quality of their young keeper. Man of the match. I'll be able to speak to you shortly, potentially. Nagatomo, well, he'll be indebted to his stopper. Those Verdy players will look back at this match and think, yeah, maybe we should have won this one. Kimura and co battled hard, they did create chances, but were unable to get the job done. But there's no doubt that these Verdy supporters will be very, very pleased with the performance, if not quite the point that they will take away with them. Hard fought between the two Tokyo clubs here. Second half was good. First, didn't see too many chances. But Tokyo Verdy have got a lot to build on. Back in the big time, of course, this season after their promotion last season. It's been draining stuff for the supporters, as it has been for the players. Let's get some post-match reaction.
東京ダービースコアレスドローの勝ち点1に終わりました。非常に気持ちを感じる90分だったんですが、振り返っていかがですか？
本当に、絶対に負けてはいけないゲームだったんで、0対0にはなりましたけど、チームとしてはやっぱり最後はほとんど押し込まれてたので、 それでもポジティブに考えるならやっぱそこを体張ってチームが全員が本当ゴール前体張ってたっていうのは本当に大きなこと